Welcome to my channel Karma Romance Stories. Please like, subscribe for more videos.
Have you ever sacrificed everything for your children believing they would never turn against you? I did. I worked overtime for decades, missed birthdays, skipped vacations, saved every dollar. Then one afternoon my son proudly handed me a stack of mortgage papers and said, "You have saved enough. It is your turn to help your family." When I refused to pay for the house he bought for his wife, they dragged me into court demanding $600,000. I thought I had already lost everything. Then the judge looked directly at my son and asked one question that changed the entire case forever. Stay until the end because what happened inside that courtroom shocked everyone. My name is John. I am 68 years old and spent more than 40 years working as an electrical engineer. My wife Emma and I believed in living below our means. We never chased expensive cars or luxury vacations. Every paycheck had a purpose. We paid our bills on time. We invested carefully. We built a retirement fund because we wanted security instead of stress. When our son Michael was born, we promised ourselves that he would have opportunities we never had. We paid for the best schools we could afford. We covered his college tuition. We even helped him buy his first car after graduation. Every decision was made out of love. Michael married Sophia a few years later. She was charming and confident. At first she treated us kindly. Over time everything changed. She constantly compared our family with wealthy people she followed online. She believed success meant living in a huge house and driving luxury vehicles. One Sunday they invited us to dinner. I thought we were celebrating an anniversary. Instead, Michael smiled proudly and placed a folder in front of me. "Dad, we bought our dream house." I congratulated him. Then he pushed the folder closer. "We need your signature." I opened it and realized these were mortgage documents. He calmly explained that because I had a large retirement account, the bank believed I could guarantee the loan. I quietly closed the folder. I said I could not risk the savings that your mother and I spent 40 years building. Sophia immediately became angry. She said, "You have more than enough money. Family comes first." I replied, "Family also means respecting each other." That dinner ended in complete silence. Over the next few weeks, Michael barely answered my calls. My daughter-in-law posted messages online about selfish parents who refused to help their children. Friends started asking strange questions. I stayed silent because I believed the truth would eventually matter. Months later, another surprise arrived. A legal notice. My own son and his wife were suing me for $600,000. They claimed I had verbally promised to finance their home and caused financial damage by refusing at the last moment. I could hardly breathe. My wife cried for hours. I hired an experienced attorney who carefully reviewed every document. He asked one simple question: "Did you ever sign anything?" I answered no. "Did you send any message promising payment?" Again I answered no. He smiled slightly. "Then we will let the evidence speak." The weeks before trial were exhausting. Friends chose sides. Some believed parents should always help their children no matter what. Others believed retirement savings belonged to the people who earned them. The courtroom was crowded on the first day. Michael looked confident. Sophia avoided eye contact. Their attorney argued that I repeatedly promised financial support and encouraged them to purchase the house. Then my attorney stood. He calmly presented years of financial records. He showed every gift I had already given my son: college tuition, his first vehicle, the down payment for his first apartment, medical expenses, wedding costs. Everything was documented. Then he presented emails proving I had repeatedly warned Michael never to depend on my retirement money for future purchases. The atmosphere inside the courtroom changed immediately. The judge carefully reviewed every page. Then he looked directly at my son. He asked one question: "Can you show this court one written promise where your father agreed to pay for your mortgage?" The room became completely silent. Michael looked at his attorney. His attorney searched through several folders. Nothing. Sophia whispered something. Still nothing. The judge waited patiently. No document appeared. The judge continued, "Expectations are not contracts. Family conversations are not legal obligations. Promises without evidence cannot become financial responsibility." Within minutes, the entire lawsuit collapsed. The judge dismissed the claim. He also ordered them to pay significant legal costs because the lawsuit had no factual foundation. Outside the courthouse, reporters asked whether I hated my son. I answered no. I still love my son. But love does not require surrendering everything you worked your entire life to build. Several months later, Michael came to visit alone. He looked tired. He apologized. He admitted he had allowed pride and pressure to influence his decisions. He confessed that buying a house beyond his means was his mistake and blaming me only made everything worse. I accepted his apology. Forgiveness gave both of us peace. Trust, however, takes much longer to rebuild. Today my wife and I continue enjoying retirement without fear. We help our family when we choose to, not because we are pressured, not because someone demands it, but because generosity means nothing when it is forced. The greatest lesson I learned was simple. Parents should love their children. Children should respect their parents. Money should never become more valuable than family. If this story teaches anything, it is that kindness should never be mistaken for unlimited obligation. Healthy families are built on gratitude and respect, not entitlement. Sometimes the strongest way to protect your family is to stand firm even when it is painful. The judge ended the lawsuit with one question, but the real verdict was written long before in the choices every family member made.